Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Iridium. We are proud to present Les Paul and his trio this evening. And without any further ado, here's the man that changed the music for all of us, the gray one himself, Mr. Les Paul.
All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took a part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took a part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? Why not take all of me? Why not take all of me?
Paul on rhythm guitar and singing. Gary Bazzarapi on the bass. John Coliani on the piano.
And let's have a nice round of applause for Les Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Les, before you get started, I'd like to announce something for you here. We have a gentleman here that wants to come up, and his name is Fred Carl. He's the director of National Broadcasters Hall of Fame. Fred Carl, where is he?
Hello.
Good evening, Paul. Good evening, everyone. On the mic. Welcome to this wonderful evening with all these warm and wonderful sounds.
Thank you.
Bob Pilcher and myself, we represent the National Broadcasters Hall of Fame. It's a museum established in 1977 to honor the heroes of radio. And one of your dear friends, Bing Crosby, was one of the first inductees. And I'm sure he's smiling down this evening saying, all right, Les. Well, why Les? Why induct you into the National Broadcasters Hall of Fame? Is it for Red Hot Red?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.
It's because you hold the spirit of Guglielmo Marconi, the innovator of wireless that led to radio.
Uh-oh.
Why do you have 5 Grammys? Why are you in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Why are you an American Idol of electronics? Why is your sound the voice of American freedom around the world? Why are generations now, in the past, and in the future, in garages and in back rooms, strumming guitars with dreams of fame and fortune on the radio, is because you had the know-how to innovate and bring a wonderful invention to mankind. That is why we welcome you to the National Broadcasters Hall of Fame and wish you...
Wow, isn't that nice? Thank you. Georgia, I'm telling you, I've been wanting to answer those questions many times. I can't. I keep saying, why? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, well, that's a surprise.
Thanks.
Now, John Coliani, he's a surprise, too. He's our newest member of the group. John Coliani is a great piano player. He's a very unusual piano player. He plays a lot of piano, and sometimes we wonder what in the hell he's playing. We're going to find out. All right, here's John Coliani. made a record of that song. That's
Oh, really?
just one of those things.
By Cole Porter?
I think it was. It might have been Emil Schwartz. I don't know.
Ghostwriter.
But it sounded just like that record right there.
Thank you.
Okay.
I hope so.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
I noticed sometimes you play some stride piano.
Yes.
Like the old piano players way back in the silent movie days.
That's right.
Now, can you play a little bit of that once?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, excuse me. We had a piano player that worked with us when I was just a little kid. My mother at that time called me Red Hot Red, and I had an orchestra called Red Hot Red. The music's so rotten it's good. We only worked on New Year's. But we had a piano player in there, and he was a mortician. So in the daytime, he did what he did. And then at night, he played piano with us. And then once in a month or so, a silent movie would come along. If you remember those silent movies where they showed them on the side of a building, and you would see Pearl White tied to a railroad track and train coming down the track 90 miles an hour, and this villain with close set eyes and a little mustache looked like a bass player. Yeah, and the music is playing like mad. It's all written out for him to play. Yeah. And then the guy light a stick of dynamite to make sure that Pearl White would have plenty going for her, and he'd shove that up her rear. And he'd light that thing, and of course you come back next Saturday to find out what happened to Pearl White. In the meantime, your nails are gone. You've chewed them up. Yeah. It used to bother me with my feet. But anyway, I used to enjoy very much listening to that kind of music when you played that, if you will. Yeah. Those were the days. Those were the days. And the piano player, he was bald-headed. We'd go to the popcorn machine and we'd get the kernels. And then we'd take those little straws and oh, man, I'm telling you, you'd fit the bill right now. You'd be perfect for it. Anyway, that's what I grew up on. Mother would say, Lester, get up, it's time for breakfast. And so I just automatically grab a pail and go down and get a pail of beer for Mother for breakfast. Oh, those are good days.
What year was that, Les? What year was that?
Oh, that had to be in the early 20s. In the early 20s, yeah. I remember them coming home from the war. That was in 1918.
World War I.
World War number one, yeah. You don't even remember 3. You're in it.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that's great. You play great, and it sounds great, and that takes care of you. Now we're going to get over to something else. You want to get a good picture? Come on over here. Come on over, Lou. Come on over here. Let's get a good picture. Might as well get a nice, good shot of this thing.
There we go.
It's all in there. We are in there. There you go. That's from driving in New Jersey. Oh, go ahead, shoot. There you go. Oh, one more shot. One more shot. Jersey, a Jersey shot. Boy, are you're staggering. He's a good job. He's in good shape. He's in good shape. Okay. Let's see. I know what we're going to do. We're going to give the bass player something to do here. This is something Gary used to do with us. Gary, you know, you started with us, Lou and Gary and I started together on Fat Tuesday 100 years ago, I guess it was. Not sure if it was 100 or not, but it was darn close to it, wasn't it? Huh? Never forget that. Never forget that. Yeah. This is one of the songs right here. Yeah. Hello. Oh, look who we got here. We have a very dear friend in the audience. He was a dear friend when I saw him in the light there, but I'm not sure whether he went in the ladies' room or the men's room. Is it Joey? It is Joey. Joey Reynolds on WOR. He's on from midnight to 5 in the morning. You can hear him every weekday night talking away.
This is unbelievable. He plays guitar to pick up chicks. The bad news is he's interested in older women. It's like Tiger Woods being at a basketball game. I don't know. This is really a difficult time because you're mellow tonight. I'm not handling it well. I'm not processing it. You seem like he's getting into that real mellow time. And this usually Les is high energy. Yeah, he's kind of quiet. But you know what I never seen you do? I never seen you. Most guitarists come here to worship Les Paul. Whether it's Paul McCartney or whoever's going around, whether it was Slash in the earlier years, Eric Clapton, they all coming back. They sitting back and they pretend they're not here, taking notes.
Yeah.
And they come here to worship Les because he certainly has invented the electric guitar, which I think is a nice round of applause. Most of these guys sing while they play, I've noticed. You never do that. I was thinking about the other day.
I used to. I don't anymore, but
What
I
happened?
used to.
Would you lose your voice or something?
No, I just got tired of my singing. Listen, that Viagra you give me is not working.
Oh, I know. Well, he seemed to have spilled it on his hearing aid. Now he's hard of hearing. But he used it in the wrong places. Like the iridium. You can really get a hard on here when you get the bill. Sorry. No, this is a great place for meals. Tonight I went in the dressing room before the show. I wanted him to see I was here because I have my daughter here. She worships him too, like everybody, Les is one of those great, approachable human beings who always stays the same. You can know him all your life, and he's always just a wonderful gentleman. But I don't want to stroke him too much, then he'll start puffing up and not play. But I was in the dressing room and he was eating peanuts. And this is a restaurant where they have steaks and lobster. He's eating peanuts.
It costs more.
This is the star of the show, right? And he's in there having peanuts, little peanuts. And I was thinking, geez, this is really what happens when you get to Macon. You sit in the basement, eat peanuts, and fart. But he's 92. 92 years old. Look at this. Come on. Of course, that's today's 89. But we're really happy to that you got another award. Now, I wanted to mention one thing, and I love Les so much. And every time nobody can ever find enough ways to give somebody who's so great so much honor. We have a hard time with it because as a country that really lives off of negativity and gossip, we really are kind souls, and New York, whenever we have to give something, we give it all the way here. Whether it's a telethon and even after the blackout, 9/11 was just tragic. But, we all talk about how wonderful we are during those times. But as a rule, every day we gossip. We try to bring everybody down. We make them a star, then we bring them down. We got Tom Cruise being overweight, being gay. We got everything to kill this guy now after he gave us 50 great movies, But that's the way we are as a culture. It's part of the sport, I think. But Les Paul, you can't find enough ways to give him honors. And he's in everything. The Smithsonian, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's in the... Tonight, the Broadcasters Hall of Fame? Did they put you in there tonight? Is that what that is?
I didn't hear what you said.
What did you
mind
get?
repeating that again?
No, I won't repeat. But he's got another honor I want to mention tonight. There's two more. One was from Frank Sinatra before he died. Of course, he wrote a letter to the Kennedy Foundation, and he said if it weren't for Les Paul, there would be no recording business, which is the nicest honor, and I think it's great. Les invented that multi-level recorder.
That goes for us, too.
2 years ago, I brought a friend, Steve Wozniak, who's the co-creator of Apple. The iPod is an extension of their company with Steve Jobs, rather. But Steve Walensky came here and asked Les. They were having a conversation. Both are inventors, Les is an inventor. A lot of people don't put that in frame. And it was like I told my daughter tonight. I said, here he is eating pretzels or peanuts. It's like talking to Edison. Edison saying, "Oh, would you like a peanut?" And here's a bulb. This is a great inventor. So Wozniak was here, and he said, "Did he ever have is he in the Inventors Hall of Fame?" And I says, "I don't know. He's got every other honor there is in the world. He won every award, Grammys this year, 2 Grammys this year. So yeah, come on, 92 years old." So he said, I'm going to nominate him. So last year they put him in the Inventors Hall of Fame in Akron. So it's the latest honor. The only thing missing is you could probably help Pete Rose a little bit. Try to hang around with him. Anyway, I just love him, and he heard me on the air say that he had died, which is how we met. I was years ago on the air saying, "Gee, it's too bad he passed away." So he called and he said, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah, I was driving on the Tappan Zee Bridge when I heard that I died.
True story. So he almost killed me when he met me, so I could join him. Anyway, he's just terrific, and I always love getting up here because I want to say the things that we all really mean in our hearts about him. And you don't get a chance sometimes, and if you tell him in person alone, he doesn't believe anything anyway. So, but in a room like this, he'll take a little bit of it because he's got a lot of humility. He's a great guy. And one other thing is that Louis is not his boyfriend, just in case you're interested, because
He used to be.
Oh, he was his boyfriend. Okay, I got him mixed up here. This is that same-sex marriage they have in this. Why is the Les Paul Trio 4 people? It's like a Polish group here. Can I tell you the accordion story?
You can if you wish.
Thanks.
Yes,
All right, I'll tell you that, and then I'll sit down.
You mean the one where he left his accordion
In the car? Because in New York, you're not supposed to leave your doors unlocked. And at Christmas time, people have a lot of packages. They leave them on the seats. They don't know about our city.
So when you went out to the car, he found.
So there was a guy who left his accordion in the car, and he unfortunately did not lock his car. So when he came back, there were 2 accordions. I love that joke. I love that joke. I'm going to sit down. So I'm on the radio on WOR every night in New York and in all the other cities at 7:10 in New York City. But Les will probably be on in the middle of the night when he gets up to pee. He calls me, which is about 4 or 5 times. Depends. I'm sitting down now. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Joey Reynolds. 17 on the AM dial. He's on there rocking away. Yep. Now, what are you guys whispering about? Why there's 4 in the Les Paul trio? It was the Les Paul trio. Okay. And then we added John, and so it's Les Paul and his trio. And then our bass player usually, the bass player that usually plays where Gary is a gal. So it was the Les Balls trio. Now that we got you, Gary, now it's back to the Les Paul trio. Les Paul and his trio. Yeah, we sure have a tough time, don't we? What would you like to do, Lou? I got something that I'd like to do. He brought it up, and I think that it would be kind of nice. We did go together for a long period of time. And you had a favorite song that you used to play, and it was just for me.
Round the world, I've searched for you, I've traveled on. When hope was gone, keep a rendezvous. I knew somewhere, sometime, somehow. You looked at me, I could see the smiles you're smiling now. Might have been in county town, in New York or gay Paris or even London town. No more will I go all around the world. I have found my world in you.
Won't you come home, Bill
I have
Bailey?
searched
Won't you
for
come
you.
home?
I've
She
traveled up
moaned,
when hope was
she
gone
cried
to keep
all day long.
a rendezvous. I knew
I'll do the
somewhere,
cooking, darling.
sometime,
I'll pay the
somehow.
rent.
You looked at me and
Maybe
I
I
could see
done
the smiles
you
you're
wrong. Who picked
smiling
this
now.
key? Remember
Might have
that
been
rainy
in
evening?
county
I turned you
town,
out.
or in New York,
Nothing
gay
but a
Paris or even
fine tooth comb. Jesus.
no more.
You know I'm to blame, Louis. Ain't that a
the
shame? Louis, won't you please come on home? Louis and I had a little cabin over in
I've searched
Jersey
for you.
along
I've
the
traveled up
Ramapo
when hope was
River
gone
right there
to keep
by Pompton
a
Lakes.
rendezvous.
Had this little cabin,
Somewhere,
and
sometime,
Louis would be working at Molly's Fish Mark with his cymbals between his legs, and he had a kazoo.
I have been
He played a mandolin. You remember that?
in New York or
Huh?
gay Paris or even
You were just lovely.
nowhere I go all around.
And, you know, no one would know anything about this at all if you had marched in that damn parade 2 weeks ago.
I've traveled around.
And so Louis and I were going together, and he came home every week, and he brought that check. And of course, I did the cooking for him. I did his laundry for him. I used to do his socks.
Might have
Remember when you come home one night and I had a whole pile full of socks there, and I was sniffing them. I was picking out a pair.
London town, where will I go all around the world?
What are you doing
I have
there?
found my world
Remember that, love? Louis? Then you remember one night you come home drunker than a skunk. You brought a gal with you.
I knew
The gal was
somewhere.
fat, a big fat gal.
Looked at me,
No,
see
that's
the
my
smile.
guitar. That's my
smiling
guitar.
now. Might have been
Yeah,
in
and
count.
well, she was fat under the arms, you know. And she came in
or
there,
even
flopped down on the Davenport,
no more will
and she had her chihuahua. Remember
I
that?
have found my world in
There
you.
she was,
I have
flopping
found
all over
my
that
world
Davenport with that chihuahua humping her leg.
my world in you.
I need your lovin'.
Oh, Louis, won't you please come on home?
I got one.
embrace me, my sweet embrace of you. Embrace me, you irreplaceable you. Just one look at you, my heart grew tipsy in me. You and you alone bring out the gypsy in me. I love all the many charms about you. Above all, I want my arms about you. Don't be a naughty baby. Come to Papa too. My sweet embraceable, my sweet embraceable, my sweet embraceable you.
Right, let's see what should we do here. All right. That arrangement come from Jackson Heights, of all places. That's where I made that, in the basement in Jackson Heights, along with How High the Moon, World's Waiting for the Sunrise. Had a bunch of hits that come out of that basement.
Tell us about the pulverizer.
How that pulverizer. You know how that pulverizer came about is we did a radio show. And on that radio show, it would be hard for me to try to explain to the audience on radio that I can take my one guitar and multiply it into an orchestra, and I can take Mary's voice and amplify her into a glee club. And the second or third show, they would be tired of hearing the technical stuff that you have to do to get this multi-track recording. So I come up with the idea of the Les Pulverizer. And it really was a hoax. It was a joke. And it worked just fine. And the people on the air that were listening, they thought that I had an invention called the Les Pulverizer. And when all our songs hit on the radio, when they were on Capitol Records, and here they are, and we have to play the Paramount Theater, we got to play all over. And what have we got? We've got a situation now where we're on the stage, just Mary and I. Played the Sullivan Show. I'm going to talk to you, Lou, because you seem to be interested. But it was pretty weird, because when I went up to the Sullivan, to Ed Sullivan, he says, "Where's the rest of you?" And I said, "There's only two of us." And he says, "Well, where's the orchestra and the glee club?" And so I said, I got to do something about this Les Pulverizer bit. So I built a Les Pulverizer. And I built it over in New Jersey, where we live. And the fellow next door to us, his name was Fred Waring. And not Fred Waring, Fred Waring. And Fred Waring had this 500 acres of land right next to mine there. And he runs some AC down to us. And I invented this box that you hook right on the guitar here. And with this box here, I could control Mary's voice, my voice. I could make echo. I could multiply her voice, record her 3 or 4 times. I could do whatever I wished. And of course, the phone rings, and it's Vice President Nixon. And Vice President Nixon says, "You know, we're very honored that you're going to play for the president and for all of us for Brownell's final dinner." He was retiring. And it was at the F Club. And it was going to be on a Sunday night. This was Friday. So I told Mary, I says, "Mary, we're going to play for the president Sunday night." She says, "What are we going to do?" And I says, "Well, I got my invention here, the Les Pulverizer." You can imagine what Mary said on the other end of that intercom. But I finally convinced her to go down there and try it. And this is a true story, and I'm writing this one in my book, and it's a cute story. And that is that we were 6 numbers into the show, and it was working wonderful. And Mary was a wreck because she didn't know when this thing was going to fall apart, what was going to happen. It was going just as smooth as glass. And Nixon gets up, he's sitting over on the piano bench right next to where we were performing. And he said, "Hey, Les, I got an idea. Why don't you ask the president if he has a favorite song?" So I could have killed Nixon right then and there. Because I got to play the next song when I hit the switch, whatever that song is. That's what he's going to have to like to hear. And so I said, "Mr. President," I says, "Vice President Nixon, he has a wonderful idea. And that is if you have a favorite song, we'd love to do it for you." So God knows what Ike is going to say. So Ike says, "Well, Mamie really is the one that picks the songs out." And Mamie says, "Remember we were driving down from Denver and you had the pains in the chest and you pulled off the side of the road and the radio was on and it was Via con Dios. Would you do that song for us? And so help me God, it was the next number on the tape. It would never happen in a million years. And last week, my son was working on the computer and by accident hit a letter from Eisenhower to Nancy Nixon, thanking them for having such wonderful entertainment that Sunday night. And he says, I haven't figured out what that guy's doing yet with that Les pulverizer. But Mamie asked for Via con Dios and got Via con Dios just like that. Would never happen again in a million years. Any more than if you ask us to play Blue Skies. You know, what's your chances getting that one? All right, so here we are. We have a guest in the house, another guest. And if he's here, is he here? Is Willie here?
Willie's here.
Yeah, is Willie here? Yeah, we'll bring Willie up. Willie's a good friend of ours. He writes songs. He lives out in Pennsylvania. And I've known him now for some 10 years.
14, actually.
14 years? Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
And you're still making that CD that you've never come out with yet, right?
No, I finished it. It did well in Pakistan.
By the way,
but I
do
don't know
we
what
have a
happened here.
picture? Do we have a picture of you and I together?
Would you like one?
No, I'd love that picture where I pull my one leg up and you don't have one leg and the two of us are standing there.
Yeah. 14 years ago, I meet him right before Christmas. The first picture I ever get taken, you're nervous when you're standing next to this guy to get your picture taken. And I'm just like, okay, he goes, give me a crutch. So I did. Standing there with my arm around him, the picture comes back, and he's holding his leg up behind him. So both of us, he's got the crutch under that arm. I've got the... We made one perfect human being. It was...
And you didn't know that until you saw the picture, huh?
No. It's like a month later, I get the picture back, so I stuck it in a Christmas card to give you just for thanks.
That's good. Oh, I've got it, huh?
Oh, I've got a copy too, but
Have
you,
you? Yeah.
trust me, I kept
Well,
all
I'd
of
like
that.
to see a pair of legs.
I'm not touching that one.
Yeah, you got to watch your teeth. That's a Radio Shack mic. I don't want you to get too close.
Felt that one.
Those hearing aids that I'm wearing, I got those at Home Depot. So I don't advise you to go to Radio Shack for your mic, or to get your hearing aids at the Home Depot.
Should I get a leg from Home
I'm
Depot?
not sure I'm going to advise them to get this song that you're going to do for us. What's the name of it?
You know what? You've been in that mellow mode, so let's go with
Okay.
Help Me Make It Through the Night.
Okay. I wonder what we're going to do with him. Can we do anything with this guy?
Take the ribbons from your hair, shake it loose and let it fall. Lay it soft against my skin, like the shadows on the wall. Come and lay down by my side till the early morning light. All I'm taking is your time. Help me make it through the night. I don't care what's right or wrong. I won't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow, but tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. It's so sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night.
side. All I'm taking is your time. Help me make it through the night. All I'm taking is your time. Help me make it through the
Lou, I'm telling you, either we're going to switch to a different pill or to get us pliers, one of the two. I think it would be better for me if I had a different pill. Let's see what we got going here. I got to do it anyway. Here's a number that Mary and I recorded many years ago called Tennessee Waltz. We're going to do it the old way and the new way. We're going to screw around with this one and see what happens. So many knobs on this. I should have got a Thank you. That's what the guys singing. Let's see it with a little bit.
Let's hear it one more time for Les Paul and his trio. John Coliani on piano, Gary Maserati on bass, Lou Paulo on rhythm and vocals, and of course the great one himself. No other than Mr. Les Paul. Of course, our wonderful guests would like to thank them for coming up tonight, too.